As you can see from the sign, today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson at Truro, where the Saints have beaten Truro City 2-1, and an excellent result. Ian, you looked at our recent results, they've been a bit patchy, but we started today, I thought, with confidence. We dominated the game, and the only surprise was it took us over 60 minutes to take the lead.
Yeah, I think you're right, David. It's something that it has been patchy, you're right. I felt last week's performance against Paul gave us a little bit more confidence back. We trained hard this week, and obviously having centre halves back makes a big difference. I keep going over it, but it allows you to have shape elsewhere, and this is what's happened. And all of a sudden we got our shape back into our side, and I think you're dead right. You know, it took us 60 minutes to score the first goal when we could have been sort of 4 or 5 up at that stage. So really, really good performance. Really pleased with the lads because they've adapted themselves really well. It was an early start today, but I think in the end we thoroughly deserved.
Well, it's Sam Merson who put us one up. I think the ball practically squirmed through the keeper's hands. He had a couple of other chances before then.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of composure in and around the 18-yard box, because his actual movement was excellent on the 2 chances just before he did score. He's made great runs and a little bit of composure in that sort of 6-yard, 12-yard area, and he should have scored. But again, at least he got there. That was the most important thing. He made the runs, he got there, and it's just a bit of composure on his finishing. He could have quite easily had a hat-trick in the second half today. And
the second goal, Charlie Walker came off the bench, took advantage of a poor back pass to finish it. Always good when your 2 centre forwards score.
Yeah, it's great because they've not scored as many in the last few weeks as we've liked. I mean, we've been relying on people like, you know, Reece Morel-Williams and Zane and people like that. So it's nice for the 2 forwards to come in with a couple of goals today. It gives them the confidence that they deserve and they need. And now we've got to take it forward to next week against Oxford City, which is going to be a really tough game.
Well, I hope you can still hear us above this god-awful racket. At first half in, we went in 0-0 at half-time, and right on half-time we had that free kick that hit the inside of the post. Now, had we fallen behind, of course it could have been so much a different story. Yeah,
it could have been. As I say, there was because of the way the pitch cut up today, and it cut up quite badly even from the warm-up. It was very, very wet out there, and there was lots of little dodgy little bounces, and the ball never really run true today. So little incidents where handballs were given here, handballs were given there, and they got one on the edge of the box. To be fair, he took the free kick really well. He's cleared the wall. But you need a little bit of luck, and some of the games over the last few weeks, I don't think we've really had the luck that we deserve. And nice to have a bit of luck. It kept us 0-0, and it kept the players' confidence up for the second half. And I felt the second half they went out and played some lovely football. Movement was excellent. Passed the ball, kept the ball well. It's just a shame really that they got the penalty in the 93rd minute, which I don't think is very debatable when you've got 2 bodies going together like what happened, and you end up with a penalty being given when it could have quite easily been a foul the other way. But listen, we'll take the 3 points. Disappointing to give a goal away because the players deserved a clean sheet today.
You mentioned good to have 2 centre halves. Well, it's 2 successive games now which Tarek has played. Tarek Moore is ill. Unfortunate to give that penalty away. Would you say it gives us more solidity at the back?
Well, it does, because Harold's come through training again this week, so he's now virtually 100% fit. He'll play against Hertford on Tuesday night to get a game under his belt. Tom Gardner, I think, sees a specialist on Thursday this week, so it's great because all of a sudden now I've got 16 players here today, all fit, raring to go. Tom Gardner comes back at 17, and all of a sudden we've got a squad that's fighting for places again. You know, a couple of weeks ago we went with 2 fit players to Hampton, so it's been tough. It's been, you know, no one's going to obviously hide behind it all. We've said it all along. You know, if we're going to go with a small squad, we're going to get some injuries, and we're going to get some trials and tribulations when things ain't going to go our way. It hasn't gone our way the last few weeks, but hopefully now we've just settled it all down again. We can get the players back for the Christmas period, and hopefully go in there and come out smiling from the other side.
Of course, next Saturday it's Oxford City at Clarence Park. We won at their place on the opening day of the season, and today they came so close to creating a bit of history in the FA Cup.
Well, yeah, I mean, we was just keeping an eye on it because obviously I think it was 95th, 96th minute Notts County, but they've been on an excellent run. I think it was 9 or 10 games up till today that they hadn't lost games. They've got some good players in. They've got some good players, and you know, they're in a situation where, you know, they've got to come and try and get some points against us. So it's going to be really tough. So we've got to go and adapt ourselves. You know, massive 3 points today, and if we can go in there next week and pick something up, it'll take us in nicely for the Wealdstone and Hemel games coming over the Christmas period.
Coming to somewhere like Truro, Ian, it can be so difficult because it is such a long day, but I believe you had a good trip, and something like that helps settle the mind.
Well, it was, and we made a decision again this year that we'd travel on the day, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. At the end of the day, I think it's how players adapt. You know, we've gone out in terms of the way we've travelled. We've gone and hired a better coach than we normally does, and it proved again on the way down here. You know, the players can relax. They all got on the coach at 7 o'clock this morning. We all had breakfast by about 8:30, 9 o'clock. players had a sleep, had a game of cards, did what they wanted to do. We had pre-match meet 11:30 on the bus, and we was here just before 1 o'clock. So fantastic trip down, and then as I say, the players have got to adapt themselves really, really well. You know, we'll get back now. We should be back by about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and it's been a great day. And for me, I think we've done it the correct way. We've not asked players to take time off work. We've not asked players to sit around all morning thinking about what they're going to do next when we've come down overnight. So I think it was the right way to do it. We put it to the players. That's what the players wanted to do, and they've repaid me today by going to get 3 points.
Lovely, thanks so much, Ian. I've had enough listening to that rubbish. No, not what you were saying, over the tannoy.
Thanks, David.
Just a reminder then, Saints next in action next Saturday, the 9th of December, when Oxford City are visitors to Clarence Park. Kick-off the National League South match is at 3 p.m.